All right. All right. Who's here for their first time ever for NFT NYC? All right.
Oh, it's a lot of people. Nice.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Welcome. GM. Second time? Second. All right. Third? More than 3. All right. Oh, geez. Hey, how's it going? What's up? Is that Matt from Splinterlands? Hey, Matt. Shout out Splinterlands. They're awesome.
What up, Matt?
Hey. Yeah, so thank you all for coming out today. It's such an honor to be here. This is my 4th time at NFT NYC. My name is Drew Malin. Special thanks to Jody and Cameron and all the staff, Noah, LJ, for having us back here again. Yeah, and we have a great panel lined up for you today. We have Kaj Leroy, we have Drain Dye, and we have King Saladin. And we're so excited to be here to talk to you today. Just real quick, my name is Drew Malin. I'm a writer. I've been working in the crypto space for 6 years now. Most recently, I contributed to NFL Rivals, which is the NFL's upcoming NFT game. It's arcade style, 9-on-9 arcade game that's coming out later this year with Mythical. And I've also worked with OKX, Amazon Web Services, and I'm also the advisor for a startup called Athletify, which is a digital trading card company for aspiring soccer players that update NFT cards in real time using their players' stats, and this is for soccer parents and scouts. So look forward to launching that a little later this year as well. But anyway, enough about me. I would love to introduce you to my co-panelists and talk to you about integrating NFTs into the physical world. So
and beyond.
And beyond. And beyond to infinity. All right.
Oh, hello. I'm King Saladin. So I'm a self-taught contemporary artist that have led and bridged to all kinds of other opportunities, from painting supercars to figurines. Worked with Topps baseball cards for a few years, so we started our own trading cards, released my own NFTs, worked with Gary Vee on his VeeFriends. We're doing a lot of different stuff right now. This week, I'm working with a company called Lockerverse. Lockerverse is doing all kinds of crazy things in the space, and they also picked me to do the late, great Nipsey Hussle's next album cover. So that's like what we're working on this week. It's a lot of things going on. I really hate trying to tell everything I do and sell myself, but I'm amazed by the crypto space right now. And Drew literally in the last year probably taught me 85% of everything that I know in this space. So this is my 2nd time being on the main stage in NYC NFT, and it's been last year you brought me on the stage too. So I got probably the least knowledge, a lot of talent, and I'm just here to be a sponge, and I'm just appreciative for the opportunity, bro.
Yeah, love being here with you, man.
Awesome. I guess I'm next. I'm also from Philly, like King Saladin. I see some of my friends in the audience. Hello. It's my first time on the stage, so it's a real honor. My name is Jason Sanders. I go by Drain Dye online, and I'm a traditional artist that has bridged into Web3 and NFTs, and also a fashion designer. So I started in the space around February of last year, and I started minting every day, dropping new work. My collection largely focuses on skeletal and skull pieces, and that's because I have an orthopedic condition, and it's hereditary. My children also have it, so we're always thinking about x-rays and skulls and skeletons in our house, and it's something that's deeply personal to me. The ethos of my work is about just acknowledging the human condition, acknowledging the dark and the light inside of us, and embracing that and healing. And that's what I'm about, and I'm just honored to be here. Thank you, Drew.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Kai Leroy. First of all, great honor to be here amongst these legends. Awesome to have us. I'm the founder and CEO of OnXRP, which is currently the leading ecosystem on the XRP ledger, same blockchain as Ripple's building on. So we're doing NFT marketplace, DEX, education. Marketplace did about 60% of the total on-chain volume. And then we have an NFT project called the Xpunks, currently also #1. So we're doing well. And with that as well, we are building a full-on metaverse focused on Web2 gamers. So I'll be more talking about the beyond than the integrating in real life, but at the end, NFTs are also very present in real life. You know, everything is around the community, so can't be more real than that.
Beautiful. All right, so let's get a little more into deeper discussion. Saladin, your work was recently featured in the movie You People on Netflix with Laura London and Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Could you describe that collaboration and what that experience was like?
That came out of nowhere. Just so shout out to Kenya Barris. He's the producer and the writer of all these amazing different, of the movie, but he's done so many different movies in the past. It was really just based on relationship. He was collecting some of my paintings, my physical art for maybe about 4 or 5 years. And me and him got to have a relationship to the point where he was like, you know, once he got to know me, he's like, bro, I think you can like be integrated in everything that I got going on. So that was really cool. It started off as just some paintings as the settings of the back of, different spots in the houses and things like that. It was my art in the movie. And then it got to, he wanted me to talk to the people at Netflix. And then we went from that to like almost some digital assets for when the movie comes on. It was really, really cool, man. But it all started from a relationship with this guy and just, not making like when you sell one painting, it's like the relationship is over. You know what I mean? Like we talked after and, years and years after that too. He also bought art, but it wasn't about him buying the art. It was just him getting to know me, respecting what I did, me respecting and loving what he did for so many years and just getting a great opportunity. So it was kind of unreal to tell you the truth because I've always thought of like how do people get movies and, like art and TV shows and movies and like, how do you even have that plug? You know what I mean? So it just came from a relationship like most things, you know what I mean?
Very cool. Real human connection, going places.
Definitely.
Love it. So Drain Dye, you've been doing auctions. You did 21 nights in a row of auctions on your Twitter, which is just an incredible streak. Could you just describe what that experience was like?
Yeah, that was interesting because, personally, my NFT sales had kind of waned a little bit as the market has declined, and I've been experimenting with different things. And I have to give a shout out to my friend Cam, Street Kid Cam. We met last year at NFT NYC, and he's one of my art buddies. We talk almost every day. And one of our FaceTime calls, he was painting on newspaper. He had done a piece that was like a Jason Chambers piece, and it was something that I hadn't tried before, cubism. And I was like, well, if I was going to try it, this would be my approach, which is kind of, I don't think it's the way everyone does it. And so I had a piece of newspaper next to me. I'm emulating what he's doing, but doing it in my style. And he was like, wow, that's really good. Like, you should keep going with that. And on a whim, somebody had mentioned the Instagram auctions that used to be popping off. And I thought, you know what? I feel like the Twitter energy is right for that. So I started, I had a couple pieces done early, and I listed those, and they both sold immediately. And I just kept making a new one every day on the newspaper and listing it at night. And, a lot of people just collect the physicals. There's a bidding threshold where if, the collector wants to pay over a certain amount, then they get the NFT included in it. Or if they buy 4 of them, then I'll let them choose one of the 4 to mint as an NFT. And so, yeah, I think I'm up to maybe 4 NFTs out of 21, but it's been an incredible experience of sort of diversifying my artwork, because up until that point, I was doing a lot of just skulls in the center type artwork, something that reads as a PFP. And there's a lot more elements, and the framing of it being a square 11 by 11, and it just sort of, sometimes the best thing you can do as an artist is put yourself in a box, and that's what it did for me. It's been an amazing experience.
Incredible. And Kaj,
Kai.
I'm sorry. Kai. So why did you choose XRPL for Xpunks?
So yeah, that is an interesting story. So just to see some hands, how many of you are holding XRP? How many of those knew that there's NFTs live on the XRPL? I see one hand. That's what I mean. So there's a ton of people that hold XRP. Was the second chain that came into fruition. And it has one of the largest communities out there. So as soon as Ripple announced their 250 million creator fund, we saw that as an opportunity to become a first mover on a legacy blockchain. So that's when we started. We started in 2021, 8th of October. And it was like a week after that Ripple announced their creator fund. We were all doing something completely different. I was in a pickle myself. I just had a failed startup, and I had to borrow $100 from my girlfriend in order to be able to issue a token on the XRP ledger because it was $60. So I did that, and 24 hours later, it went viral. And our market cap was suddenly like 12 million. So we issued 5,000 tokens, 0.5 token would get you the NFT in the future as soon as NFTs went live. However, it took a year and a month for NFTs to go live. So we were at that time probably one of the longest NFT projects without minting. But we were still able to maintain this momentum for a year and a month. And yeah, building infrastructure out that is on XRP, building the infrastructure for all these awesome projects that started building after us to also go to market. Just been a huge supporter of the space. I've always been holding XRP probably like since 2016, been following it. It's a very tight community, but it's also very large. And even though currently the daily active users are not that high, there are still a ton of people building on it. And the growth potential is just so insane. You know, like there's, I think, currently 800 daily active users on average. However, there's about 2-3 million people holding XRP. So the opportunity was so significant that we wanted to take a leap of faith in a blockchain that we were familiar with, and just working our way through and yeah, having a great time.
Great, great. Love to hear it. Yeah, so this question is for all of you. Where do you see NFTs going in the future, in the next few years?
Well, me personally, I think it's going to get bigger and bigger as the days go by. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I released my last PFP project in the biggest like bear market ever. You know what I mean? And it's like, it wasn't really about like the money that I made. It was about like how many people stayed down with the community and how I kind of like weeded through the rough times. You know what I mean? Because I'm like from the physical everything, you know what I mean? I physically do everything with my hands, to learning how to work on these different digital pads, to create NFTs, to create just things for all these different projects that I have to do. And my biggest thing was like, okay, just stay tight with the community. I have a bunch of physical things, so I wanted to gift different people things, my prints, my hand-embellished prints, if it was the toys that I was creating and things like that, just to keep people involved and keep them to let them know, like, you know, it's not about really, it is about the bad times, because when it's good, everybody's gonna be jumping and everybody's gonna be a part of it. But when it's bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's stick together, let's keep it going, and let's keep this community super tight and grow it as well. So, I mean, I think it's gonna be huge, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of bad times, period, in the world right now, you know what I mean? But with many like-minded people that are all for you, you learning from each other, I think that's the best thing possible, like, outside of NFTs. But that is what NFTs brought to me and my community and the people that I know. So I think it's gonna get huge, it's gonna get better as times get darker, and then when it gets good, it's gonna be like great, you know what I mean?
Web 2 has customers, Web 3 has community.
Definitely, definitely.
Exactly. Love it.
Yeah, I feel like with NFTs, it's interesting right now. Just bringing anecdotally the artwork that I'm doing. It's on newspaper, so it's like such a fragile, you know, medium, and then having that weighed against an NFT, which is the permanent on the blockchain image of that painting as it looked brand new. You know, you think about pieces that have been in private collections and smoky rooms, or, you know, things that needed to be conserved that weren't dealt with properly over time, masterpieces that we can't fully appreciate their original beauty and the way that it was. That's not an issue for us now. So I feel like, I know the space is pushing towards utility, but from a purely art perspective, I think there's a huge provenance argument where collectors are, you know, there's a huge argument to be made for having the NFT of the original that you have, and having that piece of provenance and that permanent record.
Exactly, having that element of continuity.
Yeah, definitely. No. So apart from the art side, which I completely believe in. What we are doubling down is IP and gaming. That's where we see the future going. I'll give you some examples. So with gaming, the biggest problem that Web2 games has is that there's a ton of locked value inside of these games. So every cent that you put in the game is going to be stuck in that game forever. The only thing you could do is sell your account. So now you'll be able to extract the value inside the game. So if you pay like $10 for a Fortnite skin, you could sell that on a secondary market or even take it out to another game. So that extraction of value is a super important problem that is being solved by NFTs. Like obviously the way it went, so first when it's all started, like you had play to earn. And that didn't attract Web2 gamers because gamers want to have fun. So we always say play to have fun. But then just focus on solving the problems and instead of trying to make it bigger than that it actually is, because it's a very simple problem that gets solved, which is very important. And secondly, I truly believe in the power of IP, especially with the community behind it. Like imagine you're part of a community. So Xpunks currently has 2,000 holders almost, and one of our holders starts a beer brand. Okay, puts up our logo, or well, not exactly our logo, but their Xpunk on like this beer. There's going to be 2,000 people that's going to be interested in buying that. So one of the problems that young entrepreneurs face, and I had experience with that as well, is when you want to launch a product or platform or whatever, you need to reach critical user mass. A community can help you get there, like almost instantly. And I think that's the power of an IP, and also the power of a community working together with a shared ethos, because if one of those products becomes successful, it is better for the entire community as well. So it's like this circle that just goes. And I think that the biggest projects currently that are going to pursue those strategies, those are going to be winning. Obviously, if you just decide to go that strategy, that's not going to be working, but because you have to stay very in tune with your community, because they are the ones building the company or the project, basically. It's not just you. So listen to your community, listen to others, learn from others, and execute.
Beautiful, well said. Yeah, so we're coming close to the end of the panel, so I just want to take a moment to have each of you say what's coming up next and what we can expect from you guys, and also where can we stay tuned to learn more about you and follow along with your stories.
Okay, so right now we just released some different things that we got the opportunity to do with MLB The Show. So that was really, really cool. And that was like a lot of the digital things that I've been working on too. So we actually designed it, well, I actually designed the jerseys, and you was talking about IP as well. IP is like very big in what I'm focused on right now, and it's put in my IP, JP the Money Bear, which is inspired by my best friend that passed away from cancer, which is, you guys know, but many of you probably don't. We have the IP inside of the MLB game. Today, I'm actually releasing a Bear Jordan card, and that's partnered with the Air app, and that's Jeffrey Jordan, so that's Michael Jordan's son that we're partnering with to release these different trading cards and things like that. The reason why I'm here, other than the panel today, is I'm working with a company called, again, Lockerverse, that I'm designing Nipsey Hussle's album cover to the last 18 songs I think that he made before he untimely passed away. That company bought the rights to everything that's going to be going on. So it's going to be going on tonight. It's a whole lot of different projects, though, but I'm just definitely grateful to be speaking here today for the second time. This is pretty cool. And it's not about the biggest rooms, it's about the smallest rooms, because you can see everybody's face as you talk. So I'm just like learning and growing every time I get up on the stage to like speak a little bit better and communicate what I really have going on, because I'm sure like everybody here doesn't know me. So pretty much that's what's going on this week.
All right, well said.
Me? Okay. Yeah, well, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at DrainDye. Check out my website, draindye.com. I'm planning on bumping up my streetwear brand. I've kind of been sleeping on that for the past 3 months. Been really busy with the physical paintings. So I'm excited to get back into my studio, make more physical paintings, and transform more of these designs into wearable art for my collectors. Also, Drew and I are going to be working on a project. Drew is fighting cancer, literally in a boxing match. And so
Major.
he signed up. this guy. So he's he's fundraising up like $5,000. We have a little bit more to do to get him over that hump. If you talk to him after the show, he'll give you the link to buy tickets or to donate. But we're going to be doing an NFT of him, like you guys know in a fighting game, whenever you can choose your character, and he always has like a stance, right? We're gonna do Drew and a bunch of stances, different clothes, and it's gonna be a blind mint. And you're not gonna know which rare Drew you're gonna get, but Drew's gonna end up kicking Cancer's ass. I just know it.
Proof of Drew.
Yeah.
That's big.
All right.
Awesome.
Love it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jason.
So yeah, you guys are like perfect timing because the next month for X-Punks are gonna be insane. We're gonna be launching our metaverse in closed alpha in June. We've been building it for a year, funded by Ripple and Centrex. And then in June, I can't disclose this yet, no alpha, sadly, but we're gonna be doing something historical. And with historical, I mean just not like something historical on one chain, but like historical in like mankind. It's gonna be super dope. We'll probably start announcing it in like 2 weeks. So stay tuned. It's, check out our Twitter at XRPLpunks. You can buy them on the website onxrp.com. nft.onxrp.com is the marketplace. So just check it out. Follow the community. It's an awesome community. And definitely stay tuned the next few weeks because it's going to be super interesting. And my Twitter is Brad Punkhouse, at Brad Punkhouse. Just one last question. Are there any X-Punk holders in here? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Thank you.
So yeah, no, thanks for having us. And dude, what you just heard, yeah, you got my support. Let's talk. It's awesome.
Okay,
it's
thank
awesome.
you. Thank you very much.
And I forgot, Drew, and I forgot. I'm sorry about that. I was talking so much. I didn't even say my Instagram or my Twitter. It's King Saladin, well, at King Saladin on Twitter and Instagram. So sorry about that.
Follow him.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
so much. Amazing.